first time I ever spoke at a conference, I was 24 years old, and I was on my third year of teaching. And I spoke at the Wisconsin Math Conference out in Green Lake, Wisconsin, and I was presenting a session that was titled Teaching Math for Concept Retention. I was to present it twice that day, and I presented it in the morning. I remember there were 7 people that showed up to the presentation. I started the presentation. It was so bad, I was constantly looking back on the words on my screen. I was just reading the words on the screen. I wasn't making any sense. I was talking super fast, had no structure to the presentation. I could tell right away that people were very, very unimpressed with the job that I was doing. Of the 7 people, 4 of the people actually got up and left after I started talking about 10 minutes after the presentation started. By the end of it, there were just 3 people sitting there. They filled out the feedback forms when it was all over. The feedback that I got was exactly the 3 things that they said. Number 1 person said it was a terrible presentation. The second person said it was a disappointing session. And the third person said that it was one of their worst sessions that they attended at the conference. That was the feedback from the 3 people as they wrote on their sheet of paper as they left. I felt awful. I felt like I was over my head. I was thinking to myself, what did I possibly do? What was I thinking that I was going to present as a third-year teacher at this math conference? The problem was I was to deliver the same presentation 1 hour later in a different building at the same conference. I thought, do I cancel the presentation? Do I just leave? What do I do? Well, I actually showed up and and at that time they didn't even have projectors in every room, so I had to wheel my own projector. So I wheeled my projector across the campus where we were at, set up my projector and everything, and I just told myself mentally inside, take a deep breath, it'll be fine, you'll do a much better job this time. And I kid you not, I nailed it. The second presentation was awesome. I had people laughing, I had people entertained, I was very well structured, I knew what the words that were on the screen. Somehow, I was able to deliver a really good presentation the second time. It was absolutely a complete 180 from the first presentation that I did. And the feedback that I got was phenomenal. People loved it. It created great discussion. People were asking me for my slideshow. I got emails from people afterwards asking if I would email them the notes. It was an absolutely wonderful experience. It just blew my mind how the second time I delivered it, I delivered it so much better. And I think sometimes in life, the lesson to be learned is we have to be willing to put ourselves in deep water. We have to be willing to put ourselves in situations where we're in over our head to grow. And I walked away from that presentation super confident, and I loved it so much that I said to myself, I want to do another one soon.